Hey everyone, my name's Cole Harris. I'm here with Mr. Brad Bolen today, Mr. Lip Chip himself, and we're gonna be doing an interview with breakaway roper, NFR breakaway roper from Abilene, Texas. We got Brady Good here. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
From Abilene, Texas. Give the people a little bit of your story, a brief summary of how you just got into rodeo.
So my family has been involved with rodeo for as long as I can remember. My grandpa has made the steer open finals a few times, and my dad calf roped, and he made the steer open finals 3 times. And so me and my brother, we grew up around rodeo. And I've always done every event, but breakaway roping's kind of been where I love to do. And so I took off with that. And ever since breakaway roping has grown the past few years, it's been fun. And so it's a family event.
What? Watched a Cavender's video from 3 years ago that you were barrel racing in high school and you won state, what, 2 times?
Yes, I'm 2 times state champion.
But you don't, no barrel racing no more?
No, I was grateful enough to ride a great horse that Judy Reed let me ride. And so I had some success in the barrel racing in high school, but kind of just gave it up.
Yeah.
It's a different game when you pro rodeo barrel race. So I stuck with calf roping.
Yeah. So obviously here at San Angelo, timed events are sponsored by Lip Chip. And so last year was what did y'all sponsor breakaway the NFR last year or no? The year before that y'all did.
No, we sponsored calf roping at the NFR the last 2 years.
Lip Chip's brand is always at the NFR one way or another. You made your first NFR in the breakaway roping last year. I guess that's got to be super impactful for you.
Oh yeah, it was super, super cool. I traveled with Shelby Bosley and Kendall Pearson. So we all made it. So that was really cool.
Yeah. What was it like? I mean, it's a little bit different out there in Vegas. The lights, the hype around the rodeo, everything's just like 10 times the speed of normal rodeo. Was it hard to, I guess when you were roping and just was it more pressure? Was it just kind of ramped up, or was it not as bad as you thought it was going to be?
I think for us, since we were at South Point and we roped 5 a day and it was back to back, like you roped your first one and then you came around the back of the arena and you got ready, you tied your rope on and you roped your second round. Yeah. So it kind of calmed me down a little bit because felt like a jackpot kind of. And so it was super cool. It was cool to get out there in Vegas and rope and to be at that high kind of stakes. It was super cool.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously I did a little bit of research. I was asking my cousin Ty a little bit about you, and he said that your dad made the tie down. He was 16th in the world a lot of times in the calf roping, but he ended up making the finals in the steer roping, right? Steer tripping. And I mean, that's gotta. He sounds like, just from the outside looking in, he sounds like a guy that had a lot of perseverance. He was gonna make the NFR one way or another, and so I'm sure that it's still like it's gotta inspire you a little bit in terms of work ethic. You know?
For sure. He's my coach. He's taught me everything I know, and he's great about it. He knows how to break down calf roping, and I'm sure steer roping, which I don't steer rope, but I'm sure he does a great job with that too. But yeah, he does. He calls me after every time I rope, asks me how I did, tells me what I did wrong, tells me what I did right. And so he's really great about that. And he does have perseverance. And a lot of people go to him for help. So it's pretty cool that he's my dad.
Come on. So Mr. Brad, you're going to have to tell us a story about Brady Good winning all your dollars from the last 2 years in a breakaway roping. That's all I heard, but you got to tell the story.
Well, she didn't win all the dollars, but we sponsored the breakaway here for the Fiesta roping. And so when I first started doing this, I said, I want to be on the watch when one of these girls set the world record on the breakaway rope. And so, if you miss one or if you go really fast on one, you don't really get rewarded. So I always said, I think we want to put up some dollars for the fastest run of the week, no matter where it's at. So Brady's been here 2 times and she's won it both times.
Yeah.
So she qualified for the short go one time, and one time she didn't. She just went for it, and she got my money that way too.
Come on.
So I hope she gets the big check one of these days, because she's always here.
Me too.
And she plays that, a lot of these girls really get this deal, what we're trying to do with Lip Chip, with the breakaway ropers, and we're trying to promote them and being promoted back the same way. I mean, our feeling is that the girls drive rodeo a lot more than what the old guard wants to think it is, because of the simple fact that the ladies, we had Jackie here the other day, and she's bringing her kids to the carnival, and when Brady went to the NFR, I guarantee it, she was out there at Cowboy Christmas, and she had probably a new hat or some, but the ladies drive it. And so we've kind of joined forces with some of the people. We've been asked to do some stuff later in the year with some of the big breakaway ropers, and There's actually going to be $1 million breakaway roping in Arizona around Thanksgiving this year, and they can kind of go out that way, and
Yeah.
it'll be good for them. You know, being that they don't have the NFR and the Thomas and Mack for them, and they're at the South Point, it's a little bit harder for them to get ramped up because it's in and out and you're gone. And then
Yeah.
by the time they're in there and leave, everybody else is coming in and the NFR starts. So a little different.
Yeah, Mama's run the house, so that's why they sell all the tickets. Brady, you're from Abilene. This year is the first year Breakaway is in the performances.
Yeah.
I mean, number one, I guess Abilene's literally 60 minutes from here. We had Bulldogger Sam Powers from Sonora, which is 65, 70 minutes, and we considered him a hometown cowboy. So you're considered a hometown cowgirl. You got to be like on cloud nine, getting a rope, thinking about running one tomorrow. I guess it's tomorrow when you're up.
Yes, tomorrow.
You've got to be on cloud nine, thinking about running one in the Coliseum.
Yeah, I am for sure. I've always watched the calf roping and all the events here, but for some reason, San Angelo loves calf roping, and so breakaway roping's kind of just the same way. And so after watching some of the perfs on the Cowboy Channel the past few times and hearing the crowd explode and stuff, seeing girls rope fast, I'm super excited to get to rope here. This is such a cool experience, and can't thank Lip Chip enough for sponsoring it and helping us get here.
Yes, sir. Mr. Brad, breakaway for you. What are your thoughts on it being here for the first year?
Well, I mean, we're the ones that got them back in here.
Yes,
so,
sir.
You know, the thing about it is we're really excited about it. And it's been really good. The first couple of nights, they were trying to figure out how to score this thing. And some of the big names got knocked out. And some of the big names may get knocked out. And Brady and them are going to come in and probably knock Jackie out. She's pretty close.
Yeah.
But it's been fast the last 3 goals. It's been really, really fast. So we'll see. It's going to be really fast to get back in the short go.
All right. So the last thing we're going to do, Brady,
Okay,
is we're going to do some predictions. I think the predictions were actually Mr. Brad Bolen's idea to begin with, but this is his first interview being on.
Okay.
So we're going to get you and Mr. Brad Bolen to do some interviews. To do some predictions
That's
for
perfect.
the timed events that are sponsored by Lip Chip.
Okay.
First, we're going to predict the steer wrestling. Brady, who are you rocking with tonight in the perf for the steer wrestling?
I think I'm going to go with Trevor Nolan. It sounds right. For some reason, I feel like he's going to do good tonight, and so I'm picking him.
What time do you think he's going to go?
It's
been right around 4s. I think there's been a
4s.
couple high 3s, but it's been right around the 4 mark.
I
So
think
over 4 or under 4, we'll just say that.
I'll go over 4, but like 4-1. Like
Okay.
something still fast, but just 4-1. I feel like it's a solid time.
I got you. And Mr. Brad, you like Mr. Duvall, Riley Duvall, just because he sounds like a cowboy.
Yeah, he sounds like a cowboy. So I'm going to go Riley Duvall on 3-9.
3-9, let's do it. So next we're going to do the team roping. Brady, who do you got that you're picking in the team roping?
I think I'm going to have to go with Cody Snow and Hunter Cook. They've been roping pretty good. They're pretty high up in the standings. Hunter just won the American this past year, and Cody's Cody Snow, so I think they're going to do pretty good.
And then time-wise, I think the last perf, a couple perfs ago, we had a 3-6.
Yeah,
And we're some fast 3s. So what do you think time-wise?
I'm thinking they're going to go for it and probably be like 3-8. I think that's a good
3-8.
time.
I think this is probably their first go at it too. So they're maybe, they're probably going to get high 3s regardless eventually. Mr. Brad Bolen, what do you think for team roping?
Shoot, I'm going to go with one of the older guys. I'm going to go with Tyler Magnus, his team. He used to be one of the best in the world. I watched him someplace not too long ago, walk in there and hadn't been to roping in forever, and just, nailed it and had the fastest time. So I'm going to go 3-7.
3-7.
Are we going to predict the tie down too?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, my boyfriend's up tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna pick him. I was looking at it earlier today because I'd watched Jackie's and y'all had done this, and I was like, well, what if we do this? I'm out to pick, and like John Dowch is a bunch of people, and I love Lane to death, but
that's the call. Oh, you don't pick him, and I'll pick him, and I'll say, we got Brady in trouble now.
I know.
Next event is the breakaway roping. We would be betting on you, but you're not until tomorrow's perf.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are you rocking with tonight's perf for the breakaway roping?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Joey Williams. Her horse is one of the best going. It's been horse of the year a couple times, and she ropes so good on that horse, especially at faster setup like this. You can't count them out.
Yeah. Mr. Brad Bolen, what do you got?
I'm going to have to agree. We're going to go with Joey.
You're just going to go with the expert here?
Yeah, the expert.
And trust her.
Trust her, absolutely. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so next, I don't know if I'm going to put it in.
We got to have a time.
We got to have a time. Thank you. What do you got for the time?
I think she's gonna be 2-3. I think that's good.
That's fast.
Yeah, it's fast. She goes pretty fast most of the time. I don't feel like she ever tracks over him anyways. So
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be pretty fast.
I'm gonna go 1.9 because they had 3 1.9s the last 3 perfs, and it seems like it's getting faster. Seems like the girls are visiting with each other, and I know nothing about this, but it sounds like they're visiting and they know how to score it a little better. So it looks like it's getting faster.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so we got tie down roping, and I don't know if it's gonna be in the interview if I cut it out or not, but Brady Good's boyfriend is roping in the tie down tonight. And so Lane Livingston.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put you on blast a little bit. Who are you predicting in the tie down rope? Are you gonna rock with your man, or are you gonna go with there's a lot of good calf ropers up tonight.
There's a lot of good calf ropers in it for our qualifiers. And I was looking at the list earlier and I was like, I mean, I really want to pick Lane, but it's kind of hard to bet against some of these NFR tie down ropers that go really fast and are consistent and stuff. And so I hope he does good, and I really hope he gets the round win, but I think I'm going to go with John Douch because it's hard not to bet against him.
John Douch goes fast, that's for sure. Do you want me to read you the list? I just realized that I didn't read you the list.
Who else is in there?
Kincaid, Corey Solomon, John Douch.
Oh, I'm going with Corey Solomon.
Yeah.
Corey Solomon, he goes fast too.
Yeah, I like Corey Solomon. Corey was always real nice to me and Ty when we were out at the NFR, and I got to know him a little bit, and he's been real respectful to me. So I'm gonna go with Corey Solomon.
Corey Solomon, how fast? Did you say how fast either?
No, I didn't. I bet John tries to go about 7-7.
7-7?
7-7's good first.
A good first round.
First round.
Yeah, 7-7, 7-8. Yeah, 7-8.
That's fast. That's fast.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll wrap up there with the interview. We had Brady Good. Thanks for doing this interview with us.
Thanks for having me.
These are the predictions for the timed events. They're sponsored by Lip Chip. Make sure you show up to the San Angelo Stock Show and Rodeo tonight at 7:30. It's going to be exciting. You'll see Brady Good here tomorrow at 7:30 at the Perf. And so come both days. They'll both be exciting. We'll see you tonight.